Black Adam. Dwayne Johnson. Welcome to Mirror Domains Movie News, your place for entertainment headlines. And on today's show, we're going to be talking about House of the Dragon. She-Hulk has its finale today. Brendan Fraser talks about The Mummy. And we are going to be talking about Guillermo Del Toro's Pinocchio. But we start off today's show by talking about Black Adam. And the early reviews are in. Let's take a look. Okay, so this is over on Hollywood Reporter there. DC's Black Adam first reactions to Dwayne Johnson's superhero film at New York premiere. So, guys, this movie opens up next Thursday, well, next Friday, October 21st, but I'll be seeing it next Thursday for sure. Because, hey, you know what? This is a passion project for The Rock there, Dwayne Johnson, and I like the trailers, so I'm actually looking forward to getting back into the DCEU. Okay. So let's take a look at some of the snapshot reviews here. I'm guessing that this is just kind of like the social media reviews. We'll take a look at the Rotten Tomatoes here in just a few moments. But at the New York City premiere, posted to social media, let's take a look at some of the snapshot reviews from Eric Davis. DC's Black Adam rocks. Ton of action, characters you're instantly invested in, and terrific pacing. Well, that's good. Yeah, I like that. Dwayne Johnson finds a great balance in being menacing and a badass, but also empathetic. Empathetic? He's the bad guy. Why do we need to be empathetic with him? But okay. Especially loved Aldous Hodge's Hawkman and Pierce Brosnan's Dr. Fate. More GSA movies, please. So that's the Justice Society of America. So Hawkman and Dr. Fate are part of the Justice Society. We've seen them in the trailer. Noah Centineo is like Atom Smasher or something like that. Okay, so this is from another person, Ben Ralph, I guess. Black Adam is DC's most action-packed film to date. Really? Most action-packed. It's non-stop thrill ride that is all about spectacle, and it knows it. There is barely any time to breathe or even talk. The Rock is perfect. Black Adam plus Pierce Brosnan is a standout. So that's 2 for Pierce Brosnan. Yeah. Now, guys, this is a premiere, so anybody coming out of this will have like a shine to them, right? That glossiness. Ooh. Yeah, I just saw this movie with a whole bunch of other people that are excited to see it, so it's kind of, you got to take this with a little bit of a grain of salt. But you know what? People are excited, so yeah, like the initial impressions do give us a little bit of a gauge here, right? Black Adam is everything that I hoped it would be and more. A Snyder-esque anti-hero spectacle that delivers big action and impressive set pieces. So I'm hearing a lot about the action here, guys. The good. Centineo and Swindle are also so damn fun to watch. Okay, good. Black Adam is built on some epic non-stop action. So it's non-stop action. So I hear good pacing, good action, good acting, good characters. Pierce Brosnan, Aldous Hodge as Hawkman. I can't wait to see Hawkman and Black Adam throw down. The Rock is electrifyingly brutal as Black Adam. That's what I want. This is what I wanted in Black Adam to be. This is what I wanted Black Adam to be. Yeah, for sure, says Joseph somebody. Yeah, so, yeah, there you go, people. I'm not going to read all of these. If you wanted to read all of these, go over to Hollywood Reporter there, and it's up on their main page. It's just, they've kind of amalgamated some of them, like grouped them all together for you guys. Dorian Park says, I've seen Black Adam. This is one of my most anticipated films of the year, and it did not disappoint. The action sequences were incredible, especially the ones with the GSA. The Rock crushes it as Black Adam. The film's end left me with high hopes for the future of the DCEU. Dorian Parks, why does that name sound familiar to me? Does. But anyway, guys, the early reviews for Black Adam are in, and it's good. So, guys, next Thursday, I will be watching Black Adam, so pay attention for my straight out of the theater reaction. I'll post my normal spoiler-free reaction on, well, actually, we'll do spoiler and non-spoiler on Friday, because everybody else will have theirs out too. But let's take a look at the old tomato meter here and see what's going on here. No reviews in just yet. Yeah, because there's still... so that's just the social media embargo. Now, it could drop later on today, but I'm suspecting probably by Monday is when the formal embargo drops. And then we'll get some impressions on this film. That's cool, man. Good action, good pacing, good characters. I'm hyped. Are you guys hyped for Black Adam? I can't wait for it. I'm going to get my tickets. Actually, maybe I'll book my tickets later on today. Hey, it's don't let people confuse you. Well, it depends on where you live, I suppose. But you know what? I got like 4 major theaters here, and they're all going to be showing it. So yeah, I'm going to be able to get in no matter what. The days of not being able to get a seat, they're far behind us, I think, or at least for me. Hopefully it's for you guys. But let's keep on the topic of Black Adam and Dwayne Johnson here, because Dwayne Johnson on his future advertising DC after Black Adam, and why he's optimistic about a potential Marvel crossover. Okay, well, yeah, because we heard that he really wants to set up a duel between him and Superman, right? Now, I'm hoping that he'll show up in Shazam in like a post-credit scene. Black Adam will. But, guys, there are those rumors out there that, maybe Superman shows up in this. We'll talk about that in just a few moments. But he's talking about ushering in a new era here and trying to take control, advising the DC universe. And that's fantastic, because if Black Adam is as great as people are saying, of course they're going to listen to Dwayne Johnson. He's fantastic at marketing his own movies and stuff like that. Why not? And he can get the word of mouth out there. Let's see what he said here in this quote from Variety. The best position that I could be for DC is one of an advisor, where I can help. I love DC. It's in my blood, Johnson told Variety. In the spirit of growing up with the DC universe, I'm here to help in any way I can, including looking for and finding that right leader or leaders. Cool. So he's thinking big picture, man. And that's awesome about The Rock. He's just... Ever since, like, you could tell even when he was in the wrestling that he was always business, thinking about angles and stuff like that. A phenomenal dude. Anyway, he just goes on to talk about how he grew up loving Super Friends and Superman and stuff like that, and he fell in love with Black Adam in this article. Let's take a look at what else he says here. Well, about a potential DC Marvel crossover event, Jason stated that it would be only a matter of meeting fan demand. Yeah. A DC Marvel crossover, that would be crazy, man. That would have to cap off. But you got to build up the DC universe. Let's just take a look at what he said here. Well, I'm always optimistic. I'd like to think that we would see that. My philosophy is anything can get done. Let's start with the end goal. And if the end goal is to have some sort of crossover that can be compelling, smart, and cool for the fans, let's get a temperature gauge if they'd like to see something like that. And then if they do, let's create it. I operate my businesses like that. I truly believe that anything can happen. Well, that's smart. That's a very positive business ethic right there. I believe truly that anything can happen. Anything can happen with the right people in place and the right leadership. So he's just talking about Marvel, DC universe. Yeah, that's a long way down the picture, down the works, right? But let's get back to that Superman thing there, because he also kind of doubled down about the, that eventual. He wants to face off against Henry Cavill's Superman, and the reports out there are that yes, rumor mill, guys, it's not substantiated quite yet by anything that I've been able to find. Like, none of the big trades are saying it yet. But guys, in a 1 week's time, we'll have definite confirmation. If not, somebody will leak confirmation probably by today, because they've seen it, right? And if he does show up, it's only going to be in a post-credit scene. But if he does, I'll be the one in the theater cheering, going, yeah, trust me, for sure. So he kind of doubles down on this, saying that he wants to get there. Chosen to suggest that Black Adam and Superman meet, if not, in fact, be a showdown at all. So, intentions of giving a Black Adam versus Superman showdown. Speaking with comicbook.com, he says, I don't know. I think the question is, should it be the showdown? I don't know if it's the way to go. And when fans watch Black Adam and they see the end and they really pay attention, I know they will, as they pay attention to the words that were said, they pay attention to the nuance and the looks, we'll let that lead us. So people say that, okay, so by that quote, I kind of get the impression they're only going to speak about Superman. We're not going to actually see Henry Cavill. But you heard of the rumors that Cavill was in LA shooting stuff as Superman, perhaps was it for this or was it for the Flash movie? So that would be cool if he did. If he did, guys, that would be like one of the best surprises of the year, right? To have Henry back as Superman. But what do you mean by he doubled down? Will the Black Adam post-credits scenes bring in Henry Cavill as Superman? Yeah. I don't know. Very interesting. I'll have to take a look at that. Out of the smoke and shadows, you see a figure wearing a cape fly down. It's Cavill and the... Okay, so the people are just speculating that that's what's going to happen. Kind of like that post-credit scene at the end of... what was it? The Flash series, right? Was that what happened? Anyway, because people have seen pictures of Henry Cavill and Dwayne Johnson there together sharing a drink. Oh God, that's a big pull, eh? I don't know if this is whiskey. What is that, man? Yeah, I don't know if I can handle that anymore. It's do you really think they had that whole glass? Oof. I'm not small potatoes anymore. But when I go online, this will be indulging that fantasy of is it going to be there or not. Dwayne Johnson confirms. I was looking for it. Fans react to Superman and Black Adam post-credit videos leak. But guys, it's Pursue News. Like, these are all things that, it's not the big trades. It's just rumor, right? And if it's confirmed by some other source, by somebody else knows, then fine, whatever. Like, it's not going to spoil it for me because we're already anticipating it. And if he's not there, they're going to at least talk about him. So that's fine. Like what they did at the end of Shazam, maybe. You just see somebody in the costume. No, it'll be better than that. It'll be better than that, I think. But if he does show up, reportedly leaked, movie web, we have talked about this before in the past. So I'm not keeping my hopes up for sure. But guys, if it comes down confirmation of some kind for sure, I'm expecting that it probably will in the next day or so. Because once these headlines get actually confirmed by other sources, then yeah, we'll see that. So GGQ to warn the public, The Rock is important. Yeah, it's hard because when you read articles like this, it's kind of like, oh, it's confirmed, he's going to be in there for sure. Just temper yourself right now. And who knows, guys, if it does get confirmed, it's a 24-hour news cycle. We'll talk about it again tomorrow because Black Adam will be just something that we'll be talking about for the next couple of weeks here, guys. And fan reactions and stuff like that for sure. Our Glass Vikings in the live chat says, hi, James, with the whole multiverse of Spider-Man, etc., Superman showing up as a cameo in various movies would be a great move for DCEU. Yeah, and would be a good way. If he shows up in post-credit scenes for other stuff, it would be a good way to build up the buzz again to see another Superman movie, even though that it's already there from Superman fans, but for them to perhaps kind of tweak, the Man of Steel storyline kind of stuff that kind of not ruins Superman. It's just they tried to reinvent Superman, and you didn't need to do that. We know his past. They took the Nolan approach, and I didn't like that. But, Henry Cavill, I do believe, deserves another shot as Superman. And I think we're going to get it. We're going to get it. And hopefully in Black Adam, we're going to see him there, guys. And as I said, the confirmation, my feelings tell me he's there. I think he's there. And as I said, when I see him, whew. But I'm still looking for the Black Adam movie first, guys. We've been rambling on about this for like 15, 14 minutes now, so that's enough for Black Adam. We do have some other movie news to get to, including what's opening up tonight. Guys, I got my tickets right now for Halloween Ends. Halloween Ends opens up tonight, and then on the weekends it's wider release, right? But at 5 p.m. Eastern tonight, so in just under 5 hours there, guys, I'm going to be seeing Halloween Ends. So pay attention to the channel. My straight out of the theater reaction should be up just around, if I'm seeing at 5, I should be maybe around 7:20ish. My straight out of the theater reaction will be up for Halloween Ends. So let's take a look at some of the cast and character guide. Now, we know that this is going to be a 4-year time jump, which the director was so excited about, and he's not going to even explain why there's a 4-year time jump. He just wants there because he wants Laurie Strode to have a granddaughter that's going to be a coming of age. Oh, and I don't know about that. I don't know about that, but he seems to be excited about this. Andy Matichak as Allison Nelson. Okay, so she's going to be the granddaughter, coming of age. She doesn't look very young there. Because Laurie Strode's real daughter died in Halloween Kills. And of course, no James Jude Courtney and Nick Castle are back as Mike Myers. I still think they should have... if this was such a popular mask, which they said in the first movie, why couldn't you just get a new mask and have it be white again? I hope that. But my impressions are is that they're both going to kill each other at the end. They're going to have like killing blows on each other. And then maybe they'll have like the post-credit scene or something of him just walking away, or like you'll just see like somebody pick up the mask or something like that. Something cheesy like that. Will Patton is back as Deputy Frank Hawkins. Well, you can't go wrong with Will Patton. He's always solid, right? You kind of forget that he was playing the, the sheriff, the deputy, like the lawman that believes in them, right? Halloween Ends supporting cast characters. Michael O'Leary, Sheriff Barker. Okay, he's the guy with the cowboy hat, right? But that opens up tonight, guys. So, what was this? Hold on. Halloween Ends theory, how Michael Myers will eventually die. I hope he dies. And I hope, because this is Blumhouse, right? This is Blumhouse. They got the contract for 3 movies. A lot of people like the first one. I know there's a fan base for Halloween Kills. I know that there is. For me, it was a little bit mixed. Halloween Kills is something that I don't... Maybe I need to give it another shot. It's just, it was kind of meh. So I hope they wrap up. I hope they wrap up storylines and give satisfactory endings for at least one, or if not both, of the characters of Mike Myers and Laurie Strode. Because this is definitely, for sure, no matter what happens, this will definitely be Jamie Lee Curtis's last outing as this character. And I hope it's a good one. But I hear kind of divisive kind of things. Let's take a look at the tomato meter. Let's take a look at it, guys. The embargo, 60%. Actually, that's not as bad as I thought. The embargo drops like, a couple hours before it drops tonight. So actually, it should be up now. Let me refresh this. The tomato meter doesn't really affect me too much. Like in rare cases. Like last week when I went out and saw Amsterdam, I looked at the tomato meter and it was like really bad. And I was expecting a bad movie for Amsterdam, and it wasn't a bad movie. So I was kind of happily surprised. So when I look at 60%, only 5 reviews, guys, for Halloween Ends. It's not, actually, it's not that bad. 60%. You hear kind of mixed things from it. I'm fine with that. Guys, 5 p.m. tonight, Halloween Ends. Oh, we got some snapshot reviews. Let's take a look at some of them. Let's take a look at this one here from Jim Shremby. From the get-go, we again assured that logic has no place in Halloween film. Okay, this is a good one. Sticking strictly to the formula of darkened rooms and glistening blades, the film delivers the requisite quota of cheap scares and carnage to satisfy fans of the franchise. Well, cool. Well, and Halloween Kills was brutal too. Like, I mean, that was the best part for me. With his film, Nick from Australia says, a half-baked, half-arsed waste of film, of time, and a rotten way to conclude a beloved and beleaguered franchise. Now, I heard that. I saw quotes of people who said that it's going to be divisive. And the only way that it would be dividing me is that if they don't say definitively some way what happens to this version of Michael Myers. Because I am confident that somewhere down the lines they'll reboot Halloween and we'll get a new Michael Myers or another iteration of this story. Just this iteration of Michael Myers. We need to, I want to see this iteration come to a close. The Blumhouse one. Anyway, Halloween Ends tonight, guys. 5 p.m. Are you going to go see it tonight, opening night, or are you going to go see it tomorrow on Friday or throughout the weekend? Guys, normally what I'll do is tomorrow I'll post the spoiler-free version of Halloween Ends, and then on Saturday we'll do a spoiler talk. spoiler discussion on our. Well, actually, let's go through that right now. The kind of things that you can find here on Mirror Domains. We do the movie news daily, 12 p.m. Eastern. Hey guys, I'm always live, so you can always interact and talk with me. And if you want to see my social medias, you know those little shorts that we do, all those little shorts that we post. Well, you can find extended versions of those on TikTok and Instagram, because I don't have that 1 minute window that YouTube has. But we also on Mondays we do House of the Dragon. Great episode. Oh yeah, Viserys. Really cool. And yesterday we did episode 6 of Andor, talking about awesome television, man. Oh God, Andor is a fantastic series. And later on today, in fact, just in over an hour, we're going to be wrapping up She-Hulk, Attorney at Law, episode 9, the finale. I hear cool things kind of happen in this. Unexpected things. So we'll be taking a look at that. And then tomorrow we'll be wrapping up the Rings of Power, episode 8. That season finale hopefully does give us some answers as to who's the guy who fell from the sky. And then, of course, on Saturdays we do the Horror Weekly, where we talk about all the horror movie news headlines that dropped during the week. And this week we'll be talking about Halloween Ends spoilers. Last week was Hellraiser spoilers, but this week we'll be talking about Halloween Ends spoilers, and then, of course, that we do the movie news live that we're doing right now. All right, guys. Hey, and if you like this stuff, hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe. You want to. Hey, it's not that hard, and all of these watch-alongs are tied into a nice little playlists for you guys that, hey, if you don't want to subscribe, save the playlist so that every time I update the playlist, you'll get the new episodes. What else? I'm currently watching Midnight Club. I'm trying a different format for my reviews. Not getting a lot of traction. I think I'm not going to do the thumbnail or the TikTok versions of those reviews. I'll just do the quick little phone reviews for that. But hey, we also do full live movie reactions for things like Hellraiser, Predator, Prey, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, King Kong, lots of cool things. Hey, you're going to find something that you like here on Mirror Domains. All right, something else I'm looking forward to coming out this year, later on, is something from Guillermo Del Toro, and that's his Pinocchio. Guillermo Del Toro explains why he set his Pinocchio against a backdrop of fascism. Yeah, fascism. Interesting take. This is the one that I was looking more forward to than the Tom Hanks Disney version, because it's going to be like, what is it? Not stop motion, but like that claymation kind of look to it. And the Pinocchio, like the designs of it, is very Del Toro-ish, for sure. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this one, and it's going to be on the backdrop of fascism. So I guess he was out talking at a Netflix thing, and this came up. Speaking at a special event today held by Netflix, ahead of Saturday's world premiere. So there's going to have a world premiere of this version of Pinocchio. So we'll get some early buzz on this one too. The Mexican director said, keeping geographically correct, his Pinocchio takes place in Benito Mussolini's fascist Italy. Really? Mussolini. Right? Is that what he did? I guess I shouldn't be making fun of that, right? But hey, you know, it is what it is. Yeah. Okay, so he's talking about this kind of being tied in with like unofficially tied in with Pan's Labyrinth and The Devil's Backbone. Interesting. The 3 movies are to do with childhood coming up against something that has to do with war and violence. I think for me, it's always been the movies about fatherhood and being a father or being a son. And I think in those iterations, fascism seems to be concerned with a father figure of a different kind. Well, yeah, because you're growing up and you have a parent, so there is a little bit of a fascistic side to that. But you got to they got to keep you out of trouble and stuff, and they got to instill you with your values and morals and stuff, right? So they got to sometimes rule with a firm hand. That could be seen as fascism, but not as grotesquely as something is on a country's level, right? But anyway, fascism seems to be concerned there, yeah. So that's what's going to be the background, and it's something interesting thematically, he says, for this version of Pinocchio. I like the teasers for this, man. It looked really creepy. It looked really cool. I felt like I can't wait for this. Now, it comes out later in November, right? Uh, in select theaters in November and will land on Netflix December 9th. Oh, we're doing a full live watch along for this one, for sure. We're going to be doing full live watch alongs for a lot of things in December. We'll be doing Pinocchio, Knives Out 2, Glass Onion, a lot of cool stuff. Yeah, we'll be watching those for sure. Ewan McGregor voices Christoph Waltz, Kate Blanchett, Tilda Swinton, Ron Perlman, Finn Wolfhard. Cool, man. Cool. So, backdrop of fascism for his Pinocchio. Yeah. Just looking at the cast there. December 9th. Who was it? Ewan McGregor. Gregory Mann is the voice of Pinocchio, so a younger guy. Okay, cool, man. Kate Blanchett, Spazzatura? I don't know. Wood Sprite is Tilda Swinton. Cool, man. Yeah. Who's Geppetto? Or, sorry. Yeah, who is Geppetto? David Bradley. Oh, okay. He's from The Strain, right? He was in The Strain. Cool. Hey, I dig that. Pinocchio, guys. Set on the backdrop of fascism. Very interesting. And I can't wait for the imagery from Guillermo Del Toro. You know it's going to be top notch for sure. Chris Schober says in the live chat, I'm going to see Halloween Ends tomorrow night, and I have a date for Halloween Ends. Oh, cool. Kudos, man. Hey, yeah, that's a good day movie. Hey, yeah, for sure. Horror movies are, because you want to get them not scared, but I mean you get yeah, not that, James. I mean, it's just what I'm talking about. For sure. Cool, man. And enjoy your date for sure. All right, let's talk about Scarlett Johansson, my favorite actress right now. Well, it kind of flip-flops between her and Jennifer Lawrence, but she has an article up on Variety, and of course, whenever she speaks, I stop and I listen or I read to whatever she has to say, because she's Scarlett Johansson. Anyway, being hypersexualized and objectified led me to believe my career was over. What? No. Come on. She's very talented. And aside from all the superhero stuff, for sure, if you've ever seen her other work, like in Marriage Story and stuff, Jojo's Rabbit, she's fantastic. She's absolutely fantastic. Revealed on Dax Shepard's Armchair Expert podcast, because she was hypersexualized by the industry at a young age, the actress said she became objectified and pigeonholed. I guess so. That's kind of a bummer she feels that way, though. Well, if she said that it is, then that's what happened. I trust her. I kind of became objectified and pigeonholed in a way, this way, where I felt like I wasn't getting offers for work for things I wanted to do. I remember thinking to myself, I think people think I'm 40 years old. It somehow stopped being something that was desirable and something that I was fighting against. No, she's like one of the most beautifulest women on the entire planet. What the? And she can sing too. She can. I think everybody thought I was older and I'd be acting for a long time. I kind of got pigeonholed into this weird hypersexualized thing. She continued. I felt my career was over. It was like, that's the end. That's the kind of career you have. These kinds of roles you've played. And I was like, this is it. And yeah, it's unfortunate she feels like that, but she's still going to have a long career. For Johansson, the times have changed and young actors like Zendaya to Florence Pugh are no longer easily forced into being pigeonholed. No, they're not, especially Zendaya. Because she does the MCU stuff, but then she goes on and does the more dramatic stuff like Euphoria and stuff like that, which I still haven't seen. I still need to see it. And Florence Pugh, definitely not, because she does horror movies like Midsummer and, well, not more like a genre film like Don't Worry, Darling, which apparently she hated to be in. But she's also in other cool stuff like on Netflix too. Have to see how that pans out. Let's see her finishing quote here that says, I see younger actors that are in their 20s, it feels like they're allowed to be all these different things, Johansson said. It's another time too. We're not even allowed to be pigeonhole other actors anymore, thankfully, right? People are much more dynamic. And she definitely is. Yeah. She's just, I don't know. it was a podcast. So in these kinds of podcasts with Dax Shepard, I never even knew that he had one. But I'll have to check this out. I want to. Because I like Scarlett Johansson. But she's going to hopefully pick up other things for sure. For sure. No worries there with her career. I don't think so. But just to see her talk about kind of her observations of the industry right now, that's very insightful from her. And it's cool that she's talking about it. Like, she's not afraid to talk about that stuff. That's awesome. All right. Moving on to Martin Scorsese talking about observations of the industry. Let's take a look at what he says here. Martin Scorsese rails against box office obsession. It's repulsive and really insulting, and this is up on Variety as well. Hey, you know what? Scorsese is a fantastic filmmaker, and sometimes, some of his movies get a little bit bloated. 4 hours. I mean, come on, for The Irishman, 4 hours, dude. Seriously? I like The Irishman, but it was a little bit bloated. But he's made some awesome films that people like. Casino, Goodfellas. I mean, come on, he's a fantastic filmmaker. So when he talks too, I'll listen to what he has to say. Also because he's an elder, and that's what my culture does. We listen to our elders. But he talks about how back in the 80s, like, the industry really switched from making movies. Like, well, I would say that it's always been about making money. But let's take a look at his quote here. Since the 80s, there's been a focus in on numbers. It's kind of repulsive, Scorsese said. The cost of a movie is one thing. I understand that a film costs a certain amount. They expect at least to get that amount back. The emphasis now is on numbers, cost, and the opening weekend. How much it made in the US, how much it made in England, how much it made in Asia, how much of it made in entire worldwide, how many viewers it got. So it's all about stats and statistics, like the numbers. As a filmmaker and as a person who can't imagine life without cinema, I always find it really insulting. Like, yeah, for sure. There's an angle there about producing stuff and just looking at the percentages, looking at what the statistics say about certain demographics and what's trending right now, and trying to shoehorn all of that stuff into a film that wasn't intended for that in the first place. I think that's what he's getting at. Because you would make a movie and it'd be like, oh, that's really cool. Well, let's shoehorn this trending idea into it right now, because the marketing shows that people will respond to it, kind of thing, and that'll boost our box office numbers, right? That kind of thing. I think that's what he's talking about, and for sure, definitely, that's kind of insulting, because that leads to greed, and the bottom line that is, it's really repulsive. It's really repulsive that all you care about is money. And that's the Joker's quote, right? Scorsese added, I've always known that such considerations have no place at the New York Film Festival, and here's the key also with this. There are no awards here. You don't have to compete. You just have to love cinema here. Oh, cool. So if I ever make a movie, I'll bring it to the New York Film Festival. Cool. And then just other people weigh in, with Edgar Wright talking about this. I guess he was up on stage doing this. So if you want to click this link here from Ellen Houlihan, check it out, where I guess he talks about this, right? Okay, so he's talking about the festival there. That's cool. Yeah, Scorsese. I'll always listen to what he has to say. What was your favorite Scorsese film, guys? Hey, let me know on the old social medias there. Find me on Twitter there at Mirror Domains and let me know your favorite Scorsese film. Yeah, cool. I think mine. See, everybody likes Goodfellas, but for me, I still like Casino over Goodfellas. It's just because I like Vegas and all that kind of... But Shutter Island is also fairly good. The Departed is also fairly good. Oh my God, there's just too many. There's too many. Scorsese, there you go. What's next? Brendan Fraser. We talked about this yesterday too, but hey, this was on CNN, so I kind of had to talk about this again. And CNN's page it's not letting me see all of the article here, so we'll pull that out a little bit. Brendan Fraser has thoughts on why Tom Cruise's Mummy reboot flopped. Well, yeah, because he was in the original Mummy, right? well, not the original movie, like back in the 30s, but he was in the 1999, I think, Mummy. And he says, well, why did the Tom Cruise Mummy reboot flop? And he said in his quote here that he had a theory about this. It's hard to make that movie, Fraser told the Variety. So this was in Variety when he said this. The ingredient that we had going for our Mummy, which I didn't see in that film, was lacking in that incarnation. It was too much of a straight-ahead horror movie. The Mummy should be a thrill ride, but not terrifying and scary. So it wasn't fun, you know. The Tom Cruise movie was not a lot of fun. And the box, well, ooh, look at that tomato meter there. 15% by the critics, 35% by the audience. Now, I didn't hate that version of the Mummy, but I also, I didn't find myself revisiting it. I thought it was kind of cool what they were trying to do with it. Sophia Boutella was like really, I thought the design of her was cool. And Russell Crowe as Dr. Jekyll, that was cool. Like what they were trying to build, it didn't land because, yeah, they were trying to maybe go a little too much on the horror side, but it started off with them trying to make it a little bit like the Mummy fun ride, and that's why it didn't work, right? And that's what Brendan Fraser says too. And what did the original Mummy have there? 61%, 75% by the audience there. And yeah, it was fun. It was just like a fun romp at the theater. And and I guess I sort of agree with him. Do you guys agree with him on that? We talked about that yesterday a little bit. We talked about this actually, that Brendan Fraser says that he would be up for a fourth movie. Well, because he's having that resurgence right now, right? He would be open up to a fourth one. Yeah, and he says that the movie there wasn't that fun. But hey, you know what? Now that he's coming back together because of all of his praise in The Whale, that's what's pretty much driving this. He's out doing press now for The Whale, and questions like this pop up, right? Would you want to see him in the fourth one? It would have to be like a passing of a torch for sure, because he's getting a little bit long in the tooth. He's a little bit older for that. He'd have to get back into some shape and bring back Rachel Weisz. Because she wasn't in the third one, right? They kind of recast her. Why not? Make like a fun little script there. Why not? That's the way I'd feel about it. That's what I said yesterday. Yeah. The Mummy, guys. What do you guys think about that? The Mummy. For sure. For sure. All right. Where are we at? Smile. Smile. Still in the box office, guys. It just made $100 million for Smile. And that's cool. Because it started off October for us in the realm of horror. And I felt like it was. I'm still thinking about it, how good it is. Sosie Bacon stars in it, about the bleak ending. Yeah, it's not a happy ending. I guess Hellraiser had a satisfying ending. It wasn't a downer ending, but Smile definitely does. Who killed her cat and her parents' reaction. So, because if you didn't know, Sosie Bacon is the daughter of Kevin Bacon and Kira Sedgwick. So they're both actors, well accomplished and established actors. Yeah, I'm kind of curious to know what their reactions were. So she's got this article up on, Variety. Geez, we seem to be taking everything from Variety today. So, was it Diwali today? Is it? I'll have to take a look at that in a moment. Yeah, the movie has killed the domestic. Just made over 100 million now, for sure. So let's take a look at some of the questions that were asked here. Why do you think Smile has connected with people? Because it's word of mouth, right? People saw the trailers for it and they were like, "Oh, that's kind of weird, interesting." And then, as I said, when you saw my straight out of the theater reaction for it, I was like, "It's good." It was good. It was eerie too. It was disturbing, and not disturbing in the way that like Hellraiser was disturbing because you saw people's flesh being peeled and ripped apart. not that level of disturbing. It was disturbing psychologically because it's kind of like, is this all in the mind? Why are you smiling at me like that? That smile, you just don't know what to make about it, right? Um, but yeah, they talk about the bleak ending, so that's a little bit of a spoiler here. But the one question that I wanted to hear in this article is, how did her parents respond to it? And for some reason, Variety says this. What did your parents think of the movie? She said, they hated it. They think I'm terrible. She's just kidding. They loved it. They were very proud. They think it's disturbing, though, to watch. Yeah, I think so. Smiles are supposed to be nice things, but why do you think they're used so effectively as horror here? Yeah, because it's the facial expression. As I said in my reviews, it's you associate it with being nice, but then when you realize it's not being nice, if somebody's smiling at you like that, it's creepy, man. She says it's a facial expression that we're constantly faced with, and it's supposed to be a happy one. It's a pretty iconic image to have a mock deranged smile. If we were not able perceiving reality as value, you might switch a smile to something scary, and that's what it did. Well, that's cool. Smile made over $100 million, guys, at the box office. Let me pull up the box office mojo here for that, because I do want to make confirmations on this for sure. Smile, because it was 2 weeks in a row, number one. Now, I do believe that Halloween Ends is going to make number one for sure, but domestically 55.5, internationally 46.8, so worldwide, it's 102 now. And I think the budget was only like 17 million, guys. So for Smile, that is awesome. Diwali's 24th of October, our Glass Viking says, okay, thanks. Because I have to wish some people in my circles to happy Diwali. But okay, Smile, 100 million, kudos. And it's the kind of movie that has left it open for sequels to happen, and I do believe that will happen for sure, because it was worth it. And guys, Smile, sleeper hit of this month for sure. Hopefully Halloween Ends continues that trajectory up. I hope. Okay, what else have we got here in the live chat? Our Glass Viking says, Shutter Island was amazing, great twist at the end. Yes, I totally agree. If Brendan got into shape, he could definitely do Passing the Torch Mummy film. He maybe deserves a bit of closure. Perhaps, yeah. It's weird because I was reading other quotes about him, because he's been doing the press tour for Whale. And people are like, but you're not really that fat, so you shouldn't be playing somebody that fat. And he responded, like, if you've seen him, he does fight the battle of the bulge. Like, well, some of us do, right? But he has been trimming down. I think it was the Batgirl movie that, because he was playing the villain in that, he started to slim down, because he was quite heavy there for quite a bit. And he said, I'm no small dude. So yeah, I'm still looking forward to The Whale. I'm going to check that out for sure. And if he ever, because he's having this resurgence now, it will open the door perhaps for something like that to come along. I think that's pretty cool. Did I miss any other comments here? Great to see content, James. I need to catch up. It's going to be a late night. Our Glass Viking says, yeah. Hey, the channel's been going well for this last week. Everything's been coming out mostly on time. Mostly. Yesterday, OBS was a real hiccup. For some reason, I was just being really slow at connecting to the YouTube. Anyway, let's talk about Justice League. Chris Schober says, are they still continue the Zack Snyder's Justice League 2 and 3? Well, no. Unfortunately, no. Yeah. Because David Zaslav came in and said that they're going to retool the DCEU. But by the sounds of it, Henry Cavill is going to be back as Superman, and hopefully Ben Affleck comes back as Batman, as that version in the DC Batman. So that's what I want to see. But I think they'll reboot the Justice League so that we'll get another telling of Darkseid, because we need Darkseid to be as threatening as Thanos, right? And well, in the Zack Snyder's Justice League, he just wasn't quite that. He was just kind of there. Yeah, it was mostly Steppenwolf, but yeah, I don't know. But Zack Snyder's Justice League will have a special release event in 2023 Really? Kevin Smith will organize an event for the film's theatrical release via his Smod Castle Cinemas. Oh, okay, so it's going to be in cinemas. Talking about 4-hour cuts. Huh. So, no matter whatever happens next year, Ezra Miller will be returning as the Flash, but it just a special event. Justice League. Oh, hey, yeah, I would see that in the theater. I would. 4 hours, though, I would want an intermission to refresh my popcorn. Um, you know, Zack Snyder is coming in the new year, and he was like, I've never shown Justice League in a theater once, so I was like, brother, bring it. Okay, so he's going to team up with Zack Snyder to do this. We'll bring director Zack Snyder to the screening as well. So hey, if you're in the Hollywood area, guys, or in the LA area, Kevin Smith, go check that out. That would be a hot event to get into because you're going to see Snyder. The Snyder fans out there will be wanting to see this. The event will also feature appearances from Avengers Endgame directors Anthony and Joe Russo and Jason Reitman from Ghostbusters Afterlife. Wow, this is a huge event, guys. Huge event from Justice League. To watch Justice League. Wow. I wonder how WB reacts to that, because they've kind of acknowledged that the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League is not the official canon version. It's the theatrical version is the canon version that's going to get retooled. I don't know. I know that a lot of people preferred the Snyder cut. Some of the stuff was cool to see, like the Joker scene and stuff, but it was kind of like it was weird. Some of the pacing of it towards the end. And the Snyder cut, he likes to embellish some of the scenes just a bit too much. Like, even for smaller things like the bank robbery scene that brings in Wonder Woman, like, the cuts are just longer. And when you watch it tightened up, it works better. But that's just my minor quibble kind of thing about his version of Justice League. I know people like it. But that sounds like it's going to be a really cool event, man. Because of all those directors that are going to be there, Zack Snyder, Kevin Smith, the Russo brothers, Jason Reitman, that'll be a hot ticket, man. Hot ticket. When is it? When is it supposed to come out? Let's see if we can get a date here intended for 2023. For the first time. Okay. Sometime next year. No official release date. When that comes, I will let you guys know. But just to know that that's in the works. And if you're a fan of that movie and these actors and all of them together, cool. Cool. That's something that I'll be looking forward to. All right. Let's talk about House of the Dragon. I'll switch over to TV stuff here for a little bit. Just a quick little thing here about House of the Dragon. House of the Dragon will need at least 4 seasons, according to George R.R. Martin. Really? I thought it was only going to be kind of like a one-off kind of thing, but 4 seasons. So that means that we're definitely not going to get Millie Alcock back as the younger Rhaenyra. Well, I hope. Well, here's what I hope. I don't mind the older Rhaenyra. I don't. I think they have done a very good job portraying her. Olivia Darcy, or is her name, I think. She's non-binary, so I'm not too sure of her adjectives or whatever you call it. Not her, their she's a they, them, right? Is that for the actress who plays the older Rhaenyra? I hope that they would do flashbacks, because the first season here, the first 5 are when they're younger, when her and Alicent are younger, and then the last 5 have been when they're older. And they've just did a time jump again this episode, like, what was it, 6 years or something they did a time jump? Yeah, so okay. Well, you know what? Somebody posted on TikTok that there's like a small snippet of Game of Thrones where a soldier was talking to a younger girl in the tent, and she's like, he came in and says, "What are you reading?" And he says, "Oh, I'm reading the story of Rhaenyra Targaryen fighting Aegon for control. So Aegon is Alicent's son, and Rhaenyra is going to be supposed to take the throne, and they're going to fight like the War of the Targaryens, right? Um, Even though the king on his deathbed said that he wanted Aegon to rule, Rhaenyra and Daemon had twins, and one of them was named Aegon. Hey, just don't name them Aegon. And that's what's going to cause all of this strife. But 4 seasons is what George R.R. Martin wants. Prefers Paddy Considine's Viserys over his own. Yeah, and Paddy did a fantastic job, especially in that last episode with all the makeup on him and stuff. Emma Darcy, not Olivia Darcy. Sorry, Emma Darcy. That's the older. Older Rhaenyra. But 4 seasons. You know what? Because people have been watching it so much, House of the Dragon, and it's a very good series, guys. We got 2 more episodes left. Next Monday is episode 9, and then it wraps up after that with 10 episodes. And if it's going to be 4 seasons, wow, then there's still a lot to tell. Yeah, for sure. Cool. Because we'll have to see how once Alicent learns about what the White Walkers or whatever the dead walkers, right? Yeah, they haven't even touched. They just briefly touched on that stuff because it's more about control over the Iron Throne there. Great series, guys, and I fully recommend that you go over and check my live watch-alongs there for sure. If you like it, you'll like my full live watch-alongs. I publish those small snippet, highlight reels that I do. Great episode, good characters, good acting, good writing, good cinematography. House of the Dragon is cool. All right, guys, wrapping up in 35 minutes. In 35 minutes, we'll be watching She-Hulk, the finale. And this is kind of hard to touch on right now. So dancing around the news today was kind of hard for me. Kevin Feige only had one complaint about a She-Hulk finale twist. So there's going to be a twist. All right. Now, I'm not going to read the entire article here in case I don't want to see any spoilers. I want to be fresh when I watch this. But this will wrap up She-Hulk series. Like, I don't know if they planned this to be more than one series. I don't think the numbers are all that great for it, even though I've been enjoying it. I hope they do more. Or I just I hope that she shows up in the movies now and stuff like that. I want to see Tatiana Maslany for sure. We'll have to see how this wraps up. It's the finale, and I'm expecting good things. I'm expecting, hopefully, that'll at least make me laugh like the other episodes have, for sure. For sure. Guys, join us in 35 minutes for She-Hulk finale, episode 9. I think it's titled, Whose Show Is It? Yeah. There's going to be like an Abomination Hulk rematch. Maybe, perhaps, I don't know. To check it out. All right. And I'm going to leave that page up for when we do our reaction. So we'll read those. We'll read this after we do our reaction. So it'll have context for us when we're done watching it, and we'll talk about it. All right, guys. I think we've got about 5 minutes left. So let's take a look at the old Twitterverse. I'll refresh the page, and we'll round up to see if there's anything else out there that's trending. Maybe I should take a look at my YouTube page to see if any trailers drop. Sometimes trailers drop, and you got to react to those because I know people like to watch that. Poker Face trailer with Russell Crowe. What the heck is that? Poker Face. And there's a new trailer for the English with Emily Blunt. That's a series on the BBC. What the heck is this? All right, I'm pulling up this trailer just to see what this is about. Poker Face. I'm just getting rid of the ads that show up on everything. Okay, there's Russell Crowe. Poker Face. Liam Hemsworth. No synopsis, One Media. Why not? Huh. Always give me the IMDb, guys. Poker Face. Crow plays Jake, a tech billionaire who gathers his childhood friends to his Miami estate for what turns out into a high-stakes game of poker. Those friends have a lot of a relationship with the host, a master game player planner, and he has concocted an elaborate scheme designed to bring certain justice to all of them. However, Jake finds himself rethinking his strategy, so he's going to be unhinged. Russell Crowe will be unhinged. Okay. Well, Liam Hemsworth, okay. Organizing a poker game. Fascinating. Poker Face. These guys exude such a positive energy that it tends to lift everyone's spirits. All right. So, I'm expecting it to be about poker. Oh, wow. He really looks like his brother there, doesn't he? That's Liam, right? Wow. So they all get together to play a game of poker. He wants revenge on them by the sounds of it. Hey, I like movies about poker. And if he's going to be playing a weird character, I'm going to have to check out this trailer, guys. Ah, the hell with it. Let's just watch it. Who cares if this gets copyright claim? All right, Sir Duckies, you don't like She-Hulk. Bummer, man. Don't spoil anything in the live chat, though, please. Because I haven't seen it. Let's take a look at this trailer. Oops. I guess I have to switch over the audio for this, guys, so you can hear it. And if it gets claimed and I have to cut it out, I have to edit it out. Too bad.
I'm 57. And I'm a gambler. Life's just a game, right? It's all in how you read and respond to your opponents. Did Sam tell you what's going on?
Only that it's big stakes.
From director Russell Crowe. So he's directing this too?
There needs to be a catalyst. And I don't have time to wait around for these guys to tell me the truth.
Cheers, lads.
25 million on the table. Who are these guys?
It's poker night, and I want to play.
Forgive my cynicism, but what's the catch?
They need to make a Rounders too. They do.
Raise 175.
All in.
Jake goes all in.
That's just sick. I'm not surprised, Alex. I poisoned you.
They poison.
No, that's not funny.
Yeah.
I did ask a lot of questions. I never got any satisfactory answers.
I'm all right with death.
I'm not. I can't die.
I hope this is another one of your surprises, Jake.
They don't know where we are.
Let's go. Okay, we got the guys.
Weird. So like a home invasion happens while he's trying to
somewhere.
concoct this weird plan. Very interesting mishmash here
What's she doing here?
of like genres.
There's 6 of us and 3 of them. We can take them.
Life's just a game, right? Maximize your wins.
Reza is in this. Arza.
Minimize your losses.
Okay.
And stay in the game as long as you can.
Poker Face. In theaters November 16th and then on demand a week later on November 22nd. Hey, a lot of movies are doing that now, guys. They're a theater release 1 week before and then on streaming. So that looked actually not that bad. It looked like it was going to be like a weird kind of revenge kind of thing. And then when the home invasion happens, they got to work together. They're united against a common foe. Poker Face. Directed by Russell Crowe. Cool. Yeah. I'm on board for that. What do you guys think about that? Let me know in the comments. Our Glass Viking says Russell is a great actor. It looks like he's bringing his A game with this one. Yeah, it's awesome how things like that sometimes can fly under the radar and just pop up and be like, cool, I want to check that out. Poker Face. Sir Ducky says you should watch the finale some other time because all I can say is that it just screams poor writing to me. Well, yeah, and I've heard people say that is kind of poor writing for She-Hulk. But I just like the levity of it. Like, you know, like I just because maybe it's because I'm watching it right now kind of in a time where there's like between House of the Dragon and Rings of Power, it's kind of all serious content. So I appreciate the levity to it. And even Andor is very serious content, especially yesterday's episode. It's probably some of the best Star Wars we've seen in a long time. Anyway, Reza did a crossover into acting. He's good in Nobody. Oh, yeah, right. That's right. So, yeah. So we'll see She-Hulk here in 28 minutes. Let's just do the Twitter roundup quickly here, guys. And yeah, that'll end up the show for today. We're running a little bit of overtime, but that's okay. Succession Season 4 will film in Norway. Alexander Skarsgård. Is he going to be in it? Okay. New trailer for The Bastard Son and Devil of Himself. I don't even know what the heck that is.
Where are you running from?
Huh. Amy Adams and Mariel Heller on the set of Night Bitch. The woman, this thriller follows a woman who is convinced she is turning into a dog. And I hope that's just makeup, but Amy Adams. Yeah, I hope that's makeup. Otherwise, she's really let herself go. No, she's still beautiful. She's still gorgeous, guys. I'm sure that's just for the movie. Hannah Waddingham. I don't even know who that is. Hannah Waddingham? Waddingham? Never heard of her. Don't know what she's in. Peter Chatterley's lover. Lucy Liu to star alongside Dwayne Johnson and Chris Evans in holiday action-adventure comedy Red One for Prime Video. Not Red Notice. Red One. Okay. Well, hey, God, Dwayne Johnson is so busy. We started off with him. We're going to end with talking about him. He's going to be in an action-adventure comedy with Chris Evans. I'm expecting it to be the same tone as Red Notice, that movie he made with Gal Gadot and Ryan Reynolds. Hong Chow joins Emma Stone, Willem Dafoe in Yorgos Lanthimos' and whoa, Yorgos is actually a pretty talented filmmaker. He did The Lobster, and he did The Killing of the Sacred Deer, both with Colin Farrell. And I'm really interested in his work because I liked The Lobster. I hated Killing of the Sacred Deer the first time I saw it, mostly because of what the story is about. But I came around to it, and I now think that Killing of the Sacred Deer is a masterpiece. It's an absolute masterpiece of filmmaking. And it kind of introduced me to Barry Keoghan, right? Keoghan? Because he pronounces the G in it. He does. So there you go. Yeah, he's in that. So he's going to be doing and pre-production. He's been doing some shorts, Mimic short, favorite. And any synopsis about this? Plot kept under wraps. Emma Stone, Willem Dafoe, Jesse Plemons, cool, Hong Chow, and Margaret Qualley. Why do I recognize that name? Was she in something that I just recently saw? What was she in? The name just sounds so familiar. Oh, okay. She was in The Maid on Netflix. She was good in that. Sanctuary, Stars at Moon. Okay, yeah, she was good in that. Maid on Netflix. She's kind of like a struggling single mother. That was a good series. She was good in that. Cool. And she's the daughter of somebody famous too, right? She's the daughter of Andy McDowell. That's right. Who was also in The Maid. And she was good in The Maid too. Okay, so that's coming out. And Brendan Fraser wants to do The Mummy. Yeah. Okay, and that's where we ended off yesterday with Sydney Sweeney talking about the caretaker. Because she's also going to be in a Barbarella. Well, hopefully having that come together. All right, guys, that's it pretty much for today. Yeah, let me know what you think about some of these stories in the comments below. Well, I got about 22 minutes. I want to give myself 15 minutes to make a coffee for She-Hulk that starts in 23 minutes. But I guess we can, it's Thursday. Might as well keep the party rolling here, guys. Let's whip out the old guitar. Do some jamming. Why not? I was jamming with something yesterday, too. Why not? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what. D, A, E. Ooh, hey, not supposed to fall out of my hands. Hey, it happens. What was I jamming with? I was working with that transition yesterday. And then the verse. Yeah, and I was trying to figure it out because I was trying to figure out a transition into. Yeah, that. Because I want that to be the outro. Yeah, maybe I should go up, back down. I thought that first, but that's just the lower octave of going up to the E. Back to an A. Back to the A. So we'll jam for maybe 4 more minutes here. Then I'll go make my coffee and get set up for She-Hulk. It's been a good episode so far. I think this, I was kind of a little bit disappointed that Midnight Club isn't getting the same kind of response as I thought it would. I know people are watching it, and there are people that do react to those reviews. But I don't hear too many other people talking about Midnight Club. I'm just busy for today. Look, today's going to be packed, guys. Once I'm done the She-Hulk, I got to edit the highlight reel for that, to put that up on all the other social medias, because those little highlight reels are really driving traffic to the channel. You can see that the subscriber rate's been growing really, really well. So I'm happy with that. I might as well keep my foot to the pedal on that one. Yeah, they were playing Glycerin in episode 2 of Midnight Club. Bush. I can't. I think it's a very easy progression. Yeah, Arglass says, I was totally absorbed with Midnight Club. It wasn't what I was thinking it could be. No gore or slashing. Well, episode 2 had some slashing with her cutting herself. Like, I like that dynamic, and I hope they continue with that. With each person that tells the story within the episode is acting in the story that they're telling. That's what I want to see. We'll have to see. Maybe tomorrow morning I'll watch episode 3 and I'll get that out tomorrow. That's 1:15. Hey guys, that's just me playing and jamming, making it up as I go along. Hey, if you learn basics of guitar, basic music theory, you can jam like that too. Why not? Cool, man. All right. Join us tomorrow for more movie news. Friday, we're going to be talking about Halloween Ends, non-spoiler-ish review. Pay attention later on tonight for my straight out of the theater reaction. And if not, join us in about 15 minutes for She-Hulk finale here on Mirror Domains.